Okay, so good afternoon to all. In the last session, we have started the discussion regarding timer IC 555. Okay, then we have also seen the pin configuration of IC 555. So this is the 8-pin IC, and 8 pins are nothing but first pin is ground, second is trigger, then output reset, and fifth one control voltage, threshold, discharge, and power supply, that is VCC. So it has total 8 pins. We have also seen the block diagram of IC 555 in the last session. So anyway, we will see again main important points regarding block diagram of IC 555 one more time, and then we will start with our today's discussion, that is our today's application, that is monostable multivibrator. We will discuss monostable multivibrator today, the working of. So before going to that, I am again explaining block diagram of IC 555 for one more time. Okay, so please pay attention here. So you can observe this is the block diagram of IC 555. The external pins are denoted here, okay, outside the dotted box. So this whatever rectangle it is shown here, it is nothing but whatever is there. Pins are nothing but the external appearance pins. Okay, so whatever the internal structure. So this is the internal structure of here IC 555. So you can observe here. So this block diagram can be divided into different components such as a voltage divider network. Now you can observe that there are three 5 kilo ohm resistors connected in between 8K and pin number 8 and pin number 1, right? Three 5K resistors. So due to this arrangement, the voltage, total voltage VCC will be get divided into three three different voltage drop will appear across these 5K resistors. So accordingly, we have said this particular the voltage at this point is nothing but VCC by 3. So this voltage we have measured with respect to ground. Okay. So voltage across 5 kilo ohm resistor is VCC by 3. Similarly, voltage across at this particular point, so voltage at this point with respect to ground is nothing but drop across this resistance plus drop across this resistance. So VCC by 3 plus VCC by 3 total becomes 2 VCC by 3. So these 2 points are very important. Then we have seen there are two comparators, comparator 1 and comparator 2. So what is the input to the comparator 1? Comparator 1 has non-inverting input. The non-inverting input of comparator 1 is nothing but your threshold pin. Threshold pin. There is no connection here. Remember that. Okay. So connection will be always indicated by this dot. Similarly, inverting pin of your comparator 1 is connected to this point, and it is also your control voltage pin. Okay. It is also your control voltage pin, that is pin number 5. Then regarding comparator 2 again will have two inputs. So non-inverting input is fixed to the VCC by 3 point. There is no external connection. Okay, so it is only internal. But again, inverting terminal, you can see that inverting terminal is nothing but your pin number 2, that is trigger input. Okay, so by using pin number 2, pin number 5 and pin number 6, you can vary, you can control the comparator, you can control the function of comparator 1 and comparator 2, and depending on the comparator 1 comparator 2 outputs, you will again vary or you can control the outputs or inputs of your flip-flop. So this rectangle is nothing but SR flip-flop. We will see what is flip-flop in unit number 4. So for now you can understand this flip-flop is nothing but a digital circuit with two inputs and two outputs. So when one, that is here S is 1, that is S is input, S is high, then your output will be Q will be 1. And if R is 1, that is reset is high, then your Q will be 0. Again, I have told you that Q and Q bar are nothing but complements of each other, means they are complementary in nature. Okay. So this particular Q and Q bar are always will be complements in nature. Means if the value of Q is 1, then Q bar will be 0, and if the value of Q is 0, then the value of Q bar will be 1. Okay. And again, at any point of time, you can reset your IC555 by using this pin, that is reset pin. Then again, one discharge transistor is there. It is also NPN transistor. So we will see how it is working. And the collector terminal is given to the pin number 7. Q bar is nothing but your output. So in this way, we have discussed already the block diagram of IC555. Okay. Then we again have seen, this is again regarding the block diagram only, whatever we have discussed. Then we have seen the pin configuration of IC555, and we have seen the pin individually, and we have also seen, we have studied the functions of these pins. Now we will start our today's discussion, that is monostable multivibrator using IC555. So this is the circuit diagram of monostable multivibrator using IC555. So as the name itself indicates that monostable is nothing but this multivibrator will have mono stands for one, and stable means, you know, right, the meaning of stable. So this multivibrator will have one stable state. The meaning of monostable is this multivibrator will have one stable state. Okay. Now in general, multivibrator, any multivibrator will have two states in total, high and low. Okay. तो हाई, एक तो आपकी स्टेट हाई रहेगी या तो लो रहेगी, बट इन दिस केस out of that two, right, we are in the digital domain, so there are only two possibilities, either 1 or 0. So output of this multivibrator, any multivibrator, will be oscillate between these two. So either it will have low state or high state. So out of these two, only one state is stable in monostable multivibrator. Okay, we will see how it's working. So the IC555 timer can be operated as monostable multivibrator by connecting external resistor. This is your external resistor. Okay, just read it as R only. This is external resistor R, and a capacitor. This is C capacitor. By just adding two components at the output and doing this circuit diagram, circuit necessary connections, you can use your IC555 as monostable multivibrator. So again, what is monostable? Why monostable? It has one stable state. Out of two, one state will be stable. Okay. It can be 0, it can be 1. That is depending on the application. But you remember like that one state will be stable, and next one, that is other ones, will be quasi stable. So this word quasi is nothing but partially or semi. So second state will be semi stable state or partially stable state. It means what it is happening, I'm just giving you the output waveform so that you will be able to imagine how its output will be. Okay, so let's assume that the state, zero state, right? So there will be two states, 0 and 1. So you can consider that if 0 is its stable state, the stable state of this multivibrator is 0. That means by default the output of this multivibrator will be 0. Okay. So here it is trigger input is given to the pin number 2. So this multivibrator will change its state from 0 to 1 only when you are giving external trigger input. Only after the application of trigger input, what will happen? This multivibrator will move to 0. This will move from 0 to 1 and it will remain on state 1 for some period of time. Okay, it will remain in this other state, that is high state, for some duration, and that amount of duration is decided by these two components, resistor and capacitor. Okay, so this duration of pulse will depend on this resistor and capacitor, and after that particular duration, what will happen? Again, this multivibrator, the output of multivibrator will come back to its stable state and it will remain as it is. तो जब आप ट्रिगर, एक्सटर्नल ट्रिगर आप अप्लाई करोगे सर्किट को एट पिन नंबर 2, then only your circuit will change its state and it will remain in other state for some period of time. How much time? That will be given by the values of R and C, and it will automatically come back to its stable state again. तो यहाँ पे चेंज, फर्स्ट टाइम जब स्टेट चेंज होता है तब आपको ट्रिगर की जरूरत है, राइट, बट at this particular point there is no need of trigger. So this state is, because we have already seen that this state is nothing but partially stable state, means your output will be in that state for very small period of time and after that it will automatically come back to its stable state. I hope this much is clear to you. So आउटपुट कैसे होगा आपके मोनोस्टेबल मल्टीवाइब्रेटर का? Initially you have to assume any one stable state. You can assume opposite also, okay, there is no problem. You can also assume that state 1 is stable state and then pulse will be in negative, pulse will be generated. Okay, you can consider otherwise also. So I hope this much is clear to you. We will see now it's working. So all points are nothing but I have explained. We will just take a look of it, that it has one stable state mono and one quasi stable state, it is partially stable state. When trigger is applied, it produces a pulse at the output. When trigger is applied, it produces a pulse. So what do you mean by pulse? Pulse is nothing but this pulse. It produces pulse at the output and return back to its stable state. So always remember, in monostable, the output will be always returning to its stable state. It will be there, it will be present at the quasi stable state only for finite amount of time, but otherwise it will be always return to its stable state. For how much amount, for how much duration this will be in other state or quasi stable state, this duration is decided by the values of R and C. It is this value, resistor value and capacitor value. So hence this circuit is also called as pulse generator, because it is generating pulse. And since you have to apply one input, means after the application of one trigger, है ना, एक ट्रिगर देने के बाद आपको एक पल्स मिलेगी, right? So that's why it has also one of the famous name, it is called as one shot multi vibrator. So if you require two pulses, then two trigger input should be given. एक बार trigger input दोगे तो you will get only one pulse. All right. So now we will see how it is happening, how you are getting this pulse at the output. This is very important topic once again. And again, you, in order to understand this topic or monostable or astable multivibrator, you will always need the block diagram of IC 555. So again, what we have done here, what is the change in this diagram and in this diagram is, here this square bracket was indicating nothing but IC 555, है ना. आपने schematic symbol use किया यहाँ पे IC 555. But what is IC 555? It is nothing but this is the actual block diagram. This is the internal structure of IC 555. So while explaining the working of monostable multivibrator, you need to draw this basic block diagram. You know, only change what you have to do in basic block diagram. See here, this resistor is connected. We have connected this resistor between point number 7, that is pin 7, and pin 8, right? So this external resistor is connected between point pin number 7 and pin number 8. You can observe here in this diagram also. Look, this resistor is connected between pin number 7 and pin number 8. 4 and 8 are short, means they are just simply connected. So this point is nothing but equals to this point. So the resistor is connected between point pin number 8 and pin number 7. So same we are done in this diagram also. Resistor is connected between pin number 7 and pin number 8. Okay. Similarly, capacitor is connected between ground and pin number 6. So observe here, this capacitor is connected between ground, right? This point is nothing but a ground. You can observe this capacitor is connected between ground and pin number 6. Pin number 6 and pin number 7, you can observe here, there is simply a connection is there between these two pins. Pin number 6 and pin number 7 is only connected by simple wire. So it is nothing but short circuited. You can observe here, pin number 6 and pin number 7 are again connected by simple wire. Okay. So don't worry about this capacitor. Just you have to draw this capacitor. Its working is not required. Okay. So generally very small value capacitor is added there, so that some DC effect will get avoided. So otherwise it has no such significance, but we have to concentrate on this capacitor. The value of this capacitor will determine the duration of your pulse, value of capacitor and resistor. So I hope you can find out the similarities between this diagram and this diagram. We have just added the resistor and capacitor here. Otherwise it is just same as your basic building block of your IC 555. Okay. Are you with me? Are you following this particular thing? If you are having any point, if you are having any doubt, or if any point is not understood to you, then you can ask me right away. I will just wait for a couple of minutes and then we will go into the working. Okay. So you can ask me if you are having any doubt. Okay, then, so we shall proceed. Now, I will be explaining the working of monostable multivibrator using IC555 using this diagram alone. Okay, so again, okay, so I have got one doubt that sir, where are pin number 4? So here in this diagram, you are asking me pin number 4. So in this
Yes,
diagram,
sir.
okay, so in this diagram, pin number 4 is nothing but here. It will be called as reset. This pin number 4. So it is not shown here because in while explaining the working, there is no need to study the reset pin. What is the function of reset pin? That in any moment of time, if you want to terminate the working of this IC555, right, then you can use the reset pin. So in earlier block diagram, that is in the block diagram we have seen, just I will go the earlier diagram. So here you can observe, okay. So reset is nothing but it is a pin given at the flip flop. So here it is not shown because it is not needed while studying the working. So that's why it is not here shown. But you can show that, no problem. Other all pins are I think mentioned here. Pin number 1, pin number 2, pin number 3, pin number 4 is here. Then where is pin number 5? This is pin number 5. Okay. This is pin number 5, pin number 6, 7 and 8. Alright. So now we will see the working of monostable multivibrator. So now again for starting purpose, so for working, in order to start the explaining the working, what you have to do, you have to assume one thing, that the flip flop is initially set. So what we are assuming here, that flip flop is initially set. Why we are assuming? Because we are just assuming that which one is our stable state. So one state will be stable and another will be partially stable, right? So by assuming this, that is the flip flop is initially state, what we are doing, that we are assuming the stable state for us. So in this case we are assuming the stable state is 0. Okay, so there will be two states again, high and low, 0 and 1. Okay, so right now we are considering that 0, that is ground, is our stable state. This is our stable state, and then we will see how we are getting this particular output. We have to find that now. We have to learn that. Okay, so for that, what is the assumption you have to give? You have to take. So this is the assumption that flip flop initially set, that is Q is high. You can take assumption otherwise also. Like if someone is not interested in, you don't want your flip flop in set, then you can also assume that your flip flop is initially reset. Then what will happen? So this set is nothing but what it indicates, that the flip flop is initially set. That means the set is 1 initially. So when set input is 1, then what is your Q? Q is 1 and Q bar is 0. And this Q bar is nothing but the output. So 0 is your output. So for initial stages, this is your stable state. Okay. Now again, you can observe that this Q is connected to the discharge transistor. The output of this Q is connected to the discharge transistor through a resistor. Again, the value of this resistor is not so important. It is just added here to limit the current. What you want to emphasize, that Q is 1 and this 1 will go to the base of your transistor. Okay. So now this transistor, discharge transistor, it is working as a switch. I have already told you that it is working as a switch. So either it will be in saturation region or it will be in cutoff region. So now since the base is having 1 here, this transistor will be in saturation. If the base is 0, base of this transistor is, suppose it is 0, then this transistor will be in cutoff region. Okay. So now in this case, since Q is what again I am starting one more time, I am repeating this. What we have done, we have assumed that our flip-flop is initially set. That means the set input of our flip-flop is 1. So hence our output will be, that is Q will be 1, that is high, and Q bar will be 0, that is low. So Q bar is nothing but our output. So initially this is our output level. That is, our output is at stable state. And what is the stable state? The stable state is 0. That is low state. Alright. So since Q is equals to 1, then this 1, that is 1 is nothing but high. Again this 1 will apply to the base of this discharge resistor. So since base is high, this transistor will work in a saturation. Now what will happen if your transistor is working in a saturation? Your transistor will act as a short circuit. I have already told you. Okay. So short circuit means collector and emitter will get short. You can remember like this. So now this is the path. If you observe this point number 7 and ground, so one path is available here. So what happens when base is high? This discharge transistor goes into the saturation region, and in saturation region the transistor acts as a short circuit. Okay. Now what is happening if it is short circuited? Now you can observe here that this resistor is connected between VCC and this point. So since there is voltage and there is resistance, so current I will flow through it. So here it is shown as a charge, है ना? So rate of flow of charge is nothing but current I, one and the same thing. So current I is flowing in this direction. You can observe in the downward direction. Why? Because current always flows from positive voltage to negative voltage. That is from VCC to ground. Hence current is flowing in this direction. Now the current will come up to this particular point. It will flow from resistor and it will come at this particular point, that is pin number 7. Now it has two paths. Okay, so just pay attention, this is very crucial point. So we have assumed that current is flowing, but at this point there are two paths available to current. One is it can go to the ground through capacitor, or it can go to the ground from this path, right? So there are two paths. I will just erase all of this. All right. So what we are assuming that current is flowing in this direction. So at this point, current can go in this direction. Here it is also ground, and it can also go in this direction. Why? Because your transistor is in saturation, and saturation is nothing but short circuit. So again, ground is here. So now which path our current will choose according to you? Anyone? करंट एक तो यहाँ से जाएगा कैपेसिटर के थ्रू या फिर ट्रांजिस्टर के थ्रू।
ट्रांजिस्टर के थ्रू।
ट्रांजिस्टर के थ्रू।
वाई?
सर करंट कंप्लीटली डिस्चार्ज।
Okay, so I will. Okay, so your answer is correct. It will go
डिस्चार्ज कंप्लीटली।
right, but the correct reason behind that why it will choose this path, because if you observe that there is no resistance here, means no component is connected here. So, and if you observe this path, then there will be capacitor. So in this path, this current will face the opposition due to this capacitor, right? But in this path there is no opposition. So always remember, current always flows through the less resistive path. If two paths are available to current, then which path current will choose? That current will always flow from less resistive path. So out of these two, now here this one, that is path through transistor, is less resistive as compared to this. Why? Because here capacitor will offer some resistance to the current, but here there is clear cut रास्ता दिख रहा है उसको, there is no speed breaker. आप भी कौन सा रास्ता चूज करोगे अगर आप ड्राइव कर रहे हो? तो जहाँ पे ज़्यादा स्पीड ब्रेकर है वो वाला, कि वहाँ पे ज़्यादा खड्डे है वो वाला, या फिर स्मूथ? So one and the same logic can be applied here. So this is nothing but a smooth path. There is no opposition at all. But here there is one opposition, and it is due to the capacitor. Okay. So now the current will start flowing through this particular path. And due to what happened, whatever the value of your capacitor was there, so capacitor will start discharging. No, sorry, it is not discharging. Just 1 second, I will just okay, so I am again explaining what is happening here. Just pay attention. That we have assumed that our flip-flop is set, that is S is 1. That's why our Q becomes 1 and Q bar becomes 0. Now Q is 1, so that's why the base will become 1, and this transistor will go into the saturation. So saturation is nothing but the your transistor will work in a saturation region, that means short circuited. So whatever the voltage applied here, what will happen? The complete voltage across this resistor will get discharged through this path. Okay, means this current, what we are discussing, this current is flowing through this resistor. So there will be no current flowing into the capacitor. Why? Because the total current is flowing in this direction. So since no current is flowing to the capacitor, what is the main function of capacitor? The main function of capacitor is charging and discharging. अगर कैपेसिटर की में अगर if you are the current is flowing from the capacitor, then what will happen? The capacitor will start charging. वो चार्ज को स्टोर करना स्टार्ट कर देता है, लेकिन यहाँ पे करंट फ्लो ही नहीं हो रहा है कैपेसिटर में, राइट? सो द वोल्टेज अक्रॉस कैपेसिटर विल बिकम जीरो अलोन. Okay. So the capacitor discharges completely and voltage across it becomes 0. So now if you observe, what is the voltage across capacitor? Again erasing this. So this much concept is clear. That transistor is in saturation and the capacitor discharges completely. So now if you observe the voltage across capacitor, look, the capacitor is connected between ground and this point, that is pin number 6. So now the voltage between voltage across capacitor will become, what is the voltage across capacitor? It is 0. Okay, and our stable state is here 0. है ना? So now your transistor will be, sorry, your output will be, the output of IC 555 will be in stable state only. मतलब आपने अगर ट्रिगर दिया नहीं, अभी इस केस में ऐसी आपकी सिचुएशन है कि आपका ट्रांजिस्टर, जो डिस्चार्ज ट्रांजिस्टर है ना, वो शॉर्ट सर्किटेड है और आपका कैपेसिटर के अक्रॉस पूरा जो भी अगर वोल्टेज था इनिशियली, है ना, तो वो भी डिस्चार्ज हो चुका है बाय फॉलोइंग दिस पाथ, एंड the voltage at pin number 6, it will become 0 volt. So this is the situation now, this is the scenario, and your output will be at 0 volt. Okay, so this is our stable state. Now what will happen, you have to apply the trigger input. So this is your trigger input. So this trigger input is nothing but a negative pulse, negative शार्प वेरी नैरो पल्स होती है, ये बहुत ही, उसकी विड्थ बहुत ही कम होती है. वो पल्स कैसी होती है, इट इज गोइंग फ्रॉम VCC to 0. So this level is 0. So it is also called as negative pulse. Okay, so always remember that trigger अगर आपको देना है तो trigger should be always a negative pulse. Okay, now what will happen when you apply the negative pulse to the input trigger, that is at pin number 2, you are applying the negative trigger here, that is negative pulse. So now negative pulse is nothing but its value is changing from VCC to 0. So while going from VCC to 0, one moment will occur that it will also become less than VCC by 3, है ना, बट ऑब्वियस है. तो जब इसकी वैल्यू 0 हो जाएगी, एट दैट मोमेंट क्या होगा, यू कैन ऑब्जर्व हियर. नाउ वी आर looking at this comparator. So trigger is nothing but one of the terminal of comparator 2. It is inverting terminal of comparator 2. So currently at this point, what will be the value of trigger? It will be 0, because you are giving negative edge trigger, negative trigger you are giving. Okay, and here you can observe the non-inverting terminal of your comparator 2 is connected to the this point. What is the voltage at this point, if anyone can answer? What is the voltage at this point? This is resistor divider network, है ना, बताया था मैंने. तो तीनों
VCC by 3.
VCC by 3, correct. So the voltage across this will be VCC by 3. तो जस्ट रिमेंबर करो, मैं यहाँ पे भी ऐड करके आपको PPT फॉरवर्ड कर दूँ, डोंट वरी अबाउट इट. ओके, so the voltage across non-inverting terminal, the voltage at non-inverting terminal is VCC by 3, and voltage at inverting terminal will be 0. So what will be the output of comparator 2? Which one is greater? Voltage at positive terminal is greater. So that means the output of comparator 2 will be 1. अगर पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल पे ज़्यादा वोल्टेज है तो 1 आएगा, अगर नेगेटिव टर्मिनल पे ज़्यादा वोल्टेज है तो 0 आएगा आउटपुट. So now what is happening, due to the application of this negative trigger or negative pulse, the comparator 2, the output of comparator 2 will now become high. and the output of comparator 2 is nothing but the reset input to the flip-flop. So when reset becomes 1, what will be the Q? कोई बताएगा? जब reset की value जब 1 होती है,
0.
हाँ, Q will become 0. So now your Q becomes 0 and Q bar becomes 1 because they will be always complementary in nature. So now Q bar 1 हो गया आपका. Q bar is nothing but output. So see here, I am just going to the other state. है ना, ये जो transition है from 0 to 1, now this is happening and your output will remain in this state for some period of time. Okay, अभी आपका output high हो गया है. Previously it was 0 at 0 level, but now due to the application of this trigger, what is happening? The output state is changing from 0 to 1. Now again you have to again follow the complete circle. Since Q is 0, then again this 0 will be applied to the base of your discharge transistor. Now what will happen? When the base of this transistor becomes 0, this transistor will work as a open circuit, not short circuit, remember, because now this transistor is in cutoff mode. It is in cutoff mode. Okay, so this transistor is in cutoff mode. Initially it was in saturation, so that's why we have considered short circuit. But now since the base value is 0, that is low voltage is applied to the base, then now your transistor will act as an open circuit. Now tell me, this current, the current is flowing in this direction. From where this current will flow? Now the open circuit is nothing but infinite resistance, means very high resistance. अब ये करंट ये वाला पाथ चूज नहीं करेगा. Why? Because in this direction is facing a very high, ideally it should be infinite resistance. Okay, but if we say practically, so there is very high resistance in this path as compared to this path. यहाँ पे भी resistance है but इससे कम है, right? So now your current will not flow from this particular path. Why? Because your transistor is acting as a open switch. ओपन में से करंट फ्लो नहीं होता है कभी भी. करंट के लिए आपको क्लोज पाथ ही लगेगा. So now current will start flowing in this direction, and again you can observe that current will flow from capacitor. So now once current is flowing from this capacitor, what will happen? You can observe here, initially it was 0 volt. The voltage across capacitor was initially 0. So now once it is starting, the current is flowing through the capacitor, what will happen? This capacitor, voltage across capacitor will start increasing. That means आप बोलोगे कि कैपेसिटर चार्ज हो रहा है. करंट जब कैपेसिटर में से फ्लो होता है तब क्या होता है? कैपेसिटर विल स्टार्ट चार्जिंग and hence the voltage across this capacitor will go on increasing. कहाँ तक इंक्रीज होगा वो? तो जितना आपका सोर्स है. तो ना इन दिस केस योर सोर्स इज VCC. तो आइडियली ये कैपेसिटर 0 से स्टार्ट होके, इनिशियली इट वाज 0, अभी आइडियली ये कैसे होगा? चार्ज एक्सपोनेंशियल होता है. ओके, तो अगेन ये ध्यान में रखना कि एक्सपोनेंशियली वो इंक्रीज होगा अप टू VCC. VCC तक वो चार्ज होना चाहिए, 0 से लेके VCC तक. I hope this much is clear. Now again stay with me for one more time for just 5 minutes, and then we will then complete this discussion. So now just give attention here and observe that while going from 0 to VCC, there will be one moment when this value becomes 2/3 VCC. एक यहाँ पे मोमेंट आएगा ना, जब वोल्टेज अक्रॉस कैपेसिटर क्या हो जाएगा, 2/3 VCC होगा, क्योंकि 0 टू, ये देखो चार्ज कहाँ तक होने वाला था, VCC तक, बट जैसे ही इसके अक्रॉस का वोल्टेज, कैपेसिटर के अक्रॉस का वोल्टेज, व्हेन इट बिकम्स slightly greater than 2/3 VCC, now come here at this comparator 1. So again, at this particular point, what will happen? At the point number, so inverting terminal of comparator 1 is fixed to this point. And what is the voltage at this point? If anyone can reply. At pin number 5, what is the voltage?
2 VCC upon 3.
Oh, VCC by 3, no. 2/3 VCC.
2 VCC
2 by
by
3.
3.
Yes, correct. So it will be 2/3 VCC. Okay. So inverting, the voltage at inverting is fixed at 2/3 VCC. I will just remember. ठीक है, थोड़ा ज़्यादा इस पे एनोटेशन हो गया स्लाइड पे, बट इट इज़ अगेन वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. एक फ्लो है, यू हैव टू गो विद दैट फ्लो. अगर ये 1 है तो ये 0, ये 0 है तो 1 है, तो ऐसा पूरा है. ओके, so just stay with me for a few moments again. So now this inverting, the inverting terminal of comparator 1, it is now connected to the fixed voltage of 2/3 VCC. And this non-inverting pin, you can observe, it is nothing but a voltage across capacitor. Voltage across capacitor is nothing but pin number 6, that is your threshold pin. So what happens when the voltage across capacitor goes slightly above 2/3 VCC, that is the voltage at non-inverting will become greater than voltage at inverting. So this comparator output will be 1. Okay, now what will happen if comparator output becomes 1? This output is nothing but set input. So again, set will become, I will just write it with different color. So now comparator output becomes 1, and now set will become 1. So again set आपका 1 हो रहा है, that means now Q becomes 1. Q 1 हो गया तो Q bar will become 0. That means now your output will again come back to the stable state. And again वो जो cycle था ना, initially आपने जो set assume किया था, it will again start. So what is happening here, that due to this application of trigger, your output is getting transferred from low level to high level, and it will remain for some period of time, है ना. This time is nothing but decided by your resistor and capacitor. And after that particular time, means when the voltage across capacitor becomes greater than 2/3 VCC, then it will again come down to its stable state. Okay, so this is how you are getting a pulse at the output. So I will again explain for one more time. So just stay with me, because again, what is important that you should remember the flow. तो यहाँ पे ध्यान दो, फटाफट 2 मिनट में आपका पूरा वर्किंग एक बार रिपीट करता हूँ. So what was our starting point? Our initial assumption was our flip-flop is set, right? So I think I have just written some slides here also. Okay, so you can observe here our flip-flop was set. So due to this, Q becomes 1 and output pin becomes, that is pin number 3, that is output pin. Pin number 3 becomes 0, that is low. So you can observe here the output at pin number 3 is low when a trigger input, that is low going pulse, is applied. Okay, so when trigger input is applied, what is happening? The circuit state remains unchanged until trigger voltage is greater than 1 by 3 VCC. ठीक है, तो आपका जो स्टेट है वो अनचेंज रहेगा, मतलब चेंज नहीं होगा जब तक आपका ट्रिगर का इनपुट 1 by 3 VCC से कम नहीं होता. The moment when it becomes less than 1 by 3 VCC, then the comparator to output goes high. Okay, suppose you have applied trigger, and when this becomes less than VCC by 3, then what happens? The comparator 2 becomes high. The output of comparator 2 becomes high. So this comparator 2 output is nothing but, you can observe here, this resets the flip-flop, so the Q goes low and Q bar goes high, है ना. जब आपका आउटपुट कंपेरेटर 2 का 1 आएगा तब क्या होगा? Q will be 0 and Q bar will be 1. So again, जब Q आपका 0 हो गया तो क्या होगा? आपका ट्रांजिस्टर कट ऑफ में चला जाएगा. कट ऑफ में चला जाएगा तो इट विल एक्ट एज ओपन सर्किट. ओपन सर्किट अगर एक्ट करेगा तो क्या होगा? द कंप्लीट current will flow from this capacitor. Capacitor will start charging. एक मोमेंट आएगा जब कैपेसिटर के अक्रॉस की वैल्यू 2/3 VCC से ज़्यादा आएगी. At that particular moment, this comparator value will be again 1. This value 1 becomes, now it will again set this flip-flop. That means the input will become 1, and now Q will become 1 and Q bar will be 0. That means your output will again come back to its stable state. So this is the complete cycle. I hope you got this particular point. It is actually a little bit difficult, but just follow the steps and you will easily remember this thing. There is no need to learn by heart. Just proper steps follow करते जाओ and you will be remembering this whole working. मतलब आपको आउटपुट में ये पल्स कैसे मिली है. You have to start from flip flop is initially set, that you have to assume this condition, that is Q is high, Q1 है तो आपका डिस्चार्ज ट्रांजिस्टर भी सैचुरेशन में जाएगा. तो अगर आपका कैपेसिटर जितना भी चार्ज था इनिशियली वो क्या हो जाएगा? डिस्चार्ज हो जाएगा. ओके, और जो भी करंट यहाँ से फ्लो होता था वो कैपेसिटर में से फ्लो नहीं होगा, वो जाएगा आपका सीधा सीधा डिस्चार्ज ट्रांजिस्टर से ग्राउंड तक. सो कैपेसिटर के अक्रॉस का वोल्टेज क्या आएगा फिर? 0. ये हो गया आपकी इनिशियल अजम्पशन. नाउ व्हेन यू अप्लाई the trigger, what will happen? Due to this application of trigger, the comparator 2 output will become 1. Comparator 2, when the output of comparator 2 is nothing but the reset input, so that's why flip flop will reset. That means Q will be 0 and Q bar will be 1. So the output will shift from 0 to 1. So now when Q becomes 0, again the base will be 0. This transistor will be in cutoff region. So when it is in cutoff region, the current will not flow in this transistor, but current instead will choose the less resistive path, that is the path of capacitor, and hence again capacitor will start charging. Capacitor should ideally charge up to the VCC. So while charging, one moment will come when this value will become greater than 2/3 VCC, and at that moment the comparator 1 value, the output of comparator 1 will again be equals to 1, and this again flip flop will set and your output will be bring back to its stable state. So this is the complete working of your monostable multivibrator using IC555. These waveforms are very important. So this first waveform is nothing but a trigger waveform. You can observe this is very narrow trigger is applied. Now second waveform is capacitor voltage waveform. You can observe the capacitor voltage, that is voltage across capacitor, is varying from 0 to 2 by 3 VCC. Now from 0 it is varying up to 2 by 3 VCC. And at this moment what will happen? The state, your output state will again change. तो पहले change कहाँ हुआ था state? At the application of this trigger. You can observe here. यहाँ पे देखो है ना, जब आपने VCC by 3 से आपका ट्रिगर इनपुट कम गया था तब चेंज स्टेट हुई थी, स्टेट चेंज हुआ था. एंड देन फॉर सम पीरियड ऑफ टाइम इट विल रिमेन ऑन हाई स्टेट, एंड दैट particular time is given by this formula, that is, this is nothing but pulse width. So the formula for pulse width will be 1.1 into R into C. Again इसका derivation है, but we are not going for the derivation, so just remember this formula. और फिर क्या होता है, हाई कब तक रहेगा, इट विल डिसाइडेड बाय दिस 2/3 VCC. तो जब कैपेसिटर की कैपेसिटर के अक्रॉस का वोल्टेज जब 2/3 VCC से बढ़ जाएगा, एट दैट मोमेंट व्हाट विल हैपन, अगेन द आउटपुट state will change from high to low and it will remain as it is. So at the output you will get a pulse. Your output will be like this. So hence it is also called as pulse generator. Okay, so I hope this is clear to you. I will again send this PPT. I will forward this PPT. Just go through it one more time, and if you are having any doubt, then we can discuss in it next lecture, at the starting of next lecture. Okay, so that's it from my side. If you are having any doubt, then you can ask me. Otherwise we will conclude our session. Thank you.